Did you hear about this? Just when you think Hasbro can't get any weirder, they get weirder. What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OG GM, coming to you live at 12 o'clock on this 15th day of March 2023. It is still foggy and rainy here at Site B. A perfect weather to revisit Mordor and the Dark Lord Sauron and the One Ring of Power and Magic the Gathering. So hey, did you know that Magic the Gathering and Hasbro has made some kind of handshake deal with whoever currently owns Lord of the Rings to do a Lord of the Rings run? Limited edition, secret lair, hidden vault, whatever they call these things that they do for Magic, where you have a bunch of cards that are themed around something. G.I. Joe, Lord of the Rings, Sesame Street, Fortnite, sandwiches, I don't know. They do them all the time. I don't know what the current politics and legalities and stuff, so don't even ask me whether you can actually use these cards or not. But we're going to have, a couple cards. There's usually 12 or whatever. I don't know. That are themed around Magic the Gathering for a short, or Lord of the Rings for a short period of time. Okay, no big deal. Whatever. There'll be common, uncommon, rares, ultra rares, mythic rares. Okay, I get it. It's Magic the Gathering, it's Lord of the Rings, so we'll have cards representing some of the favorite characters. We'll have cards representing some of the best locations or best, situations. I guess there'll be artifacts based upon the stuff we have seen in the Lord of the Rings, like the swords and the bow and the rings, of course. I mean, you can't have a Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering set without having legendary artifacts, the rings. And if you're going to do a Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering short run, you should probably do the One Ring. After all, you don't have the Lord of the Rings without the One Ring. So they made a One Ring card. And here's the write-up. But it doesn't really sound like, it's indestructible. Which in Magic the Gathering, there's still ways to get rid of it. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, that's a new thing for Magic the Gathering. It means you have to actually spend the mana and put it physically on the board for it to count as you casting it. It can't come into play through any other Magic the Gathering shenanigans. You gain protection from everything until your next turn. A little outrageous, but okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each burden counter on the One Ring. Tap, put a burden counter on the One Ring to draw a card for each burden counter on the One Ring. Now, that's not mandatory. You could just say, I don't want to tap it, because I don't want to lose the life. And I probably have way better and more effective ways to draw cards in my deck than this. So other than the indestructible and the 1 round of protection from everything, it's not that great. I've seen draw cards that are way better than this and way more easy to break than this. Here's the thing. They made one of these cards. There is only one of these cards in circulation on the entire planet. That means of all the boxes out there or sitting on the shelves or still in the, production, one Ring card. That's it. So only one person is going to get this card, or, it's going to be open and put on eBay for like $15,000. What the frick? One? It's not even that great of a card. I can literally, I know there are better draw mechanic cards out there than this. One. The chances of this one card being in a box of Magic are astronomical. And then you divide that by the amount of boxes that are actually put in production. And then you divide that, we're getting into Steiner math now. You get them done, you also divide that by the amount that are actually left and are out there in the wild. The chances of anybody actually finding this card and drawing it, you might as well just not have made it. You have a better chance of being struck by lightning than drawing this card. You have a better chance of winning the lottery than drawing this card. Literally, it technically doesn't exist. It's Schrodinger's magic card. It doesn't exist until some one person finds that one pack that has this one card in it. It could have already been found. Well, I don't know. Has it? I don't think so. Otherwise, I think it would be more bigger news. Or you can never find it because it might just be sitting on the back shelf still at the warehouse. You might not see this card for years. 20 years from now, somebody's going to find an unopened box of the One Ring Magic set in the back of some store, and they'll be like, oh, I forgot about this one. Let's open it. And there it is. Why? What? I mean, is this card going to be worth tons of money if and when it ever shows up on eBay? Or is it like, dude, nobody freaking cares? I mean, they made one guy will be able to have this card in one deck that he can play once, that does one cool thing for one round. And then it has a really an ineffective card draw mechanic. There are better card draw mechanics that I am aware of without even trying to look it up in Magic the Gathering. If it's just tap to draw a card, big deal. There's so many ways to do that. If there's number of counters equals cards you can draw, there's so many different cards that let you do this way better. So I other than the collectability of being the one guy that has drove this card, which you'll probably get beaten up for, why? Why is this? Why? Again, why? I'm sorry. Hold on, let me step out. I'm going to go out for a second. Clear my head. Try and rationalize. I'll be right back. No, I can't think of any reason. No, this is just stupid. Well, if you are out there within the sound of my voice and you are feeling like you need to spend some money on Magic cards for this run, know that you have a 1 in 1 billion number Googleplex chance of actually drawing this relatively card. I mean, I don't play Magic anymore, so I don't know, but it just seems to me it's not that great. Other than the one round of being immune to everything. And I'm sure there's ways around that too in Magic. It's like, yeah, a vaguely okay draw mechanic, but there are cards that do it better. What the are you thinking, Hasbro? I mean, just when we think you can't get any stupider, you do this. If you appreciate this nonsense, let me know. If you want to give me some, support so I can go out and buy some Magic cards, why don't you head on over to BIG GEEK Emporium and buy some of my merch. I guarantee you, for $2, it's worth it. And you don't have to worry about, I have a 1 in 1 Googleplex chance of actually getting the decent stuff in the... No, every one of my things on BIG GEEK Emporium are One Ring improved. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I am just so flabbergasted by this. Run, do not walk to your nearest game store because you could have a chance of drawing this. Or there are probably 10 million things you could spend your money on that are worth way more than this. I'm the OGGM. See ya. This is just dumb.